Welcome to the Aim to Flourish celebration of our 2022 Flourish Prize honorees. My name is David Cooperrider, and I'm the faculty founder and chair of the Fowler Center for Business as an Agent of World Benefit. And this year is very special to us at Case Western Reserve University's Weatherhead School of Management because it marks the 20th anniversary of what we very early on called the World Inquiry into Business as an Agent of World Benefit. And that project was the experimental one that led to the creation and elevation of Aim to Flourish and our Flourish prizes. Megan asked if I would share a few things about the beginning moments, the seeds of this entire project. And so let me just start at the beginning of the story. It was 2001 and huge tensions in the world were erupting. 9/11 happened and the World Trade Towers in New York were attacked as suicide bombers flew their jets in some of the tallest buildings in the world. And we all watched in horror. The scenes were played and replayed hundreds and hundreds of times, and all I could soon see were the words world and trade crumbling and crashing down over and over. And that's when it hit me. World and trade, business and society. We need, I thought, not just a worldwide conversation about our common future, but a worldwide deep dive into business and society. We then, at our 2001 International Conference on Appreciative Inquiry, we were just about to cancel it. It was just weeks after 9/11. But we retitled its focus of the whole event and for the first time used the phrase business as an agent of world benefit. And it was framed, to be sure, not as an assertion, but totally as a question. You know, business as a force for peace in high conflict zones, business as a force for eradication of extreme poverty, business as a force for this once in a civilization type task we have to build a regenerative economic system and renewable clean energy world. You know, what does it look like? Where is it happening? Where are the champions and innovators? And how can we scale these up? So a second thing fueled our imaginations. It was part of the coming age of the growing strength, the sets of tools and power of appreciative inquiry, one of our key specializations. It's a way to inquire deeply into the true, the good, the better, and the possible, to search for and discover what gives life to living human and other living systems when they're at their life-giving best, and to do so in ways that would help large systems come together to turn silos and separations into sails to discover, dream, and design better futures. Well, today, appreciative inquiry is being used widely with companies such as Whole Foods and Apple, and with the United Nations Global Compact, including its 15,000 corporations. But there was a special and quite massive AI project that was, a gift for us with one surprising new insight. It was an insight in this project that honestly left us breathless. The project, it was called Imagine Chicago. It was an initiative with hundreds and hundreds of AI interviews where Bliss Brown, a respected bank, used appreciative inquiry to help her whole mega city come together to imagine its most valued future. The hundreds of appreciative interviews were conducted by big consulting firms, by retired executives, by professional researchers, and many others. But there was one single group, whose interviews were by far the finest, the best, the richest, the most powerful. Can you guess who did those interviews? It was when the children and youth from the Chicago public schools did the interviews. It was not the professional consultants, no. It was not the volunteer retired executives, no. The most powerful interviews by far happened when the young people did the interviewing and when they met with and interviewed what we might call the elders in the system, the CEOs, the mayor's office, the heads of hospitals, and more. Well, what made it so magical? I published a paper titled The Child as the Agent of Inquiry, and it explored the intergenerational dynamic, young and older coming together to learn, imagine, explore innovations and positive possibilities. The young people would light up The elders wanted to, and they were honored to share their wisdom. And we learned it right then that when generations are united by deep appreciation of the other and a rigorous search for the true, the good, and the better, that's when hope grows and communities of positive action expand. So that's how the World Inquiry into Business as an Agent of World Benefit got started, with its intergenerational DNA. I was fortunate in 2002 then to raise $250,000 to allow students worldwide to download the Appreciative Interview Guide to be used with their search for pioneering entrepreneurs, executives, and champions around the business of building a better world. And the prototype platform was created by an amazing team led by Judy Rogers, Professor Ron Fry, a great colleague of mine, and PhD students, Nadia Jackson-Baeva, Lindsay Gotwin, Ante Glavas, and others. And as the data bank grew and students were inspired by the stories they would never see or hear about in our negative media news sources, we sensed it. We were documenting a revolution. Soon, too, because of the quality of this growing data bank of stories, we were invited to work with the Secretary General of the United Nations, Kofi Annan, and help build and facilitate the UN Global Compact's strategic planning, and hosted then another World Summit with the United Nations Global Compact to develop a larger knowledge alliance called the UN Global Compact Prime, now with 800 business schools. And then remarkably, the Shar and Chuck Fowler Family Foundation provided an endowment for a major center, and the World Inquiry grew and grew. This flowered then into Aim to Flourish. Now with over 6,000 interviews and 4,000 publications in its data bank and thousands of students. So yes, it's been an inspiration to be part of this life-changing work, especially experiencing students when they come back from their interviews and they light up their colleagues, their schools, and our world. And our school is no exception. But my job now, and it's such an honor for me, is to announce the 2022 Flourish Prize's honoree for Global Goal number 1, No Poverty. The Flourish Prize for Global Goal number 1, No Poverty, is awarded to the story that's been titled Innovative Agricultural Advisor to Nigeria, featuring Kitovu in Nigeria, written by student authors Tung and Sherif, Tosin, Akanbi from the TIAS School for Business and Society, under the direction of Professor Mirjam Minderman. Kitovu creates access to markets for farmers by using digital platforms and mobile app systems which serve to link manufacturers to retailers and consumers. Kitovu provides farmers with geolocation platform with vital data, insights into what to grow, how to grow it, and who to sell to, and how to grow more sustainably. The Kitovu platform gives farmers a data-based forecasting method on demand for their product, which means farming is increasingly effective and resource efficient, for example, with less waste, higher quality. And it's run by a pool of young people who are passionate about agriculture and food sustainability. Those people at Kitovu are envisioning transforming Africa into a vibrant hub, one that feeds the world by leveraging technology all across the life cycle. Congratulations, Kitovu. And the TIAS students, especially the students Tung and Sherif, Tosin, Akanbi, and Professor Mirjam Minderman, on your 2022 Flourish Prize for Global Goal number 1, No Poverty. Thank you for your passion for the business of building a better world and for fueling the fire of hope. Not simplistic, empty hope, but a picture of ideals grounded in the texture of the actual. Hope is a verb and a special scalable model which helps us, as you wrote, imagine a day when extreme poverty and hunger is no more.